Somebody come goober.
Somebody come goober.
Somebody come goober. She's dancing like a goober.
Oh no.
Dude, straight up, right before you got here, I was like, oh, I remember what song we're doing. And then I went to go listen to it. And straight up, I got a minute into Jetpack Blues before I realized that was not the song we were doing. And I was like, why does this sound familiar? Yeah, and it might just further prove that this album sucks. The songs that aren't singles all kind of sound the same, which is interesting. That's one thing I'm noticing. And once again, not to spoil anything, remix was better. Again. The remix was better, but
I don't know if I fully agree, honestly.
You don't know if you fully agree?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit of a spoiler and say I probably have more to say about OG Maco than Fall Out Boy this episode.
That's so awesome.
But just because I got really curious and I listened to a lot of OG Maco on the way up here.
Interesting. I mean, I know, bitch, you guessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I've only heard the memed part. I don't think I've heard the rest of the song.
You're not missing much.
Oh, cool.
But welcome back to This Ain't a Scene, It's a Podcast.
Yes.
We got to it quick this time. I'm one of
Did
your
get
hosts.
to it quick, yes.
Dawson. I have he, him pronouns. And would you believe it? I'm talking to the same guy 30 episodes later.
Man, fuck you. Is it 30?
Yeah, this is 30.
I feel like we've done so many more.
No, this is not 30. This is like 33. I don't remember.
Damn.
Just because we're back.
The age of Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would you believe it? I'm Carson Pace. Also, he, him pronouns.
He, him pronouns.
I want to learn how to dance so bad.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever see like some motherfucker doing body rolls and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like a man, not even like a hot man, but like one that knows how to dance. Instantly makes him like at least 20% hotter.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that if I take some kind of dance lesson, I mean, nothing, I can only gain things from that. You know what I mean? Like there's only good that can come of me getting sort of dance lessons and improving my dance skills. Have you ever thought about dancing?
Not really.
Okay.
It's like, for one, I don't know where I would like use that ability because
it starts in the pelvis.
Exactly. A love song from the perspective of the hips. Exactly. But because
damn it,
I don't.
You know that guy who takes dance lessons and like thinks he's a shitty dancer, but everyone really thinks he's a really great dancer. That's what this song's about.
This song's about that guy.
This song's about that guy.
But like I don't like go to clubs that often. I don't dance at parties because like I'm a goddamn loser, I guess. I don't even like go to clubs that often in general. Like I go when my roommates invite me along, which like I have an open invitation to go with them whenever. I just like sometimes I don't want to do that because like the music's loud and I'm gonna stand there with a cup of water.
Yeah. Have I told you about DJ Brain at all?
No.
This is off topic. Before we get off the topic of dancing and get on to the topic of Fall Out Boy, fucking my sister is a very, very talented dancer and choreographer. And she was like, there's like, you can only gain skills from dancing, like as far as like fitness goes.
Yeah.
And like also like just having like a good time when music's playing, which I already do dance a lot when music is playing. I love dancing, but like, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of freestyling it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think there's like any mathcore vocalists that like
that dance as much as I do.
Well, like that like if you were to dance,
yeah,
like you'd probably be the first
I
one.
dance at art shows. sometimes.
I'm just saying, like, if you learned like moves,
Body
instead of,
rolls
like,
and shit.
freestyling.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I gotta
you body
just some
rolling
body rolls.
during
I'm
the
doing-
Cowboy set.
I've done like booty drops.
Yeah,
Especially when I have a mic stand. Holy shit. No, DJ Brain is this term I recently coined because I didn't even really realize that I had it until I was listening to a Spotify playlist that I found from when I used to DJ on a fucking fake ID. Which, like, maybe I haven't brought that up on the show before, and just in case one of my parents is listening, sorry.
well,
yeah. DJ Brain is this thing where you play a song, and because it's a popular or well-known song, the crowd reacts to it like really well, and you get this surge of endorphins from playing this song, and then it tricks your brain into thinking it's an actually genuinely good song. Because I was listening back to this DJ playlist of like things I used to use, things I used to like mash up together and stuff like that, and like holy fuck was it bad. Like One More Night by Maroon 5.
oh,
That song is way worse than I remembered.
It's so
like
bad.
really bad.
It's so bad.
And like grating and annoying.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously this song was not one that I would DJ with, the song that we're talking about today, 4th of July, but I would definitely DJ with Centuries because it's got like kind of like a head bobby beat, and like you could easily like transfer it into like something EDM related. And I'm sure there was like a remix of Centuries that I played or something like that, or I remixed it on the fly with like a dubstep song or whatever.
That reminds me, I'm gonna look up something, but keep talking.
Red Solo Cup dubstep remix. Toby Keith Red Solo Cup dubstep remix.
Not Toby Keith Red Solo Cup dubstep remix.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I think that my brain was tricked into enjoying a lot of music like this. And you know, hindsight being 2020 on Fall Out Boy for many years now, I'd say since Mania, I've sort of had this sort of hindsight on American Beauty, American Psycho, and Save Rock and Roll, of thinking that they were quite mediocre grading efforts by this band. And this song really, really proves it. So what are you going to look up later?
I'm looking up like this DJ talk reminded me of when I went to a party sometime in the past year where like we had some friends DJing, and one of them oh, I remember what it was. Okay, so I don't remember who was DJing, but they did one of the most mind-expanding song transitions I've ever heard in my life. They played fucking Pony Boy by Sophie.
Sure.
Which banger song.
Amazing song.
And like it started like something else started fading in, and like cuz the transitions throughout this whole set were like crazy. And I was like, this guy is actually really good at DJing. And like it took me a second to recognize it, but somehow they pulled off a flawless transition between Pony Boy and Thank You Next by Ariana Grande.
Whoa.
And I was like, holy shit.
That's crazy. I can't even fathom how I would do that. They're around the same tempo, but okay, I'm formulating how I would do it.
It's like it's nothing you'd ever like think of, and then like you hear it and it's like, holy shit, that actually works really well.
I told you I'm getting back to it, right?
You are?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We'll see.
That could be cool.
Because I'd like to like DJing is like theoretically a lot of money if you can get like the right amount of gigs. I'd love to just have like weddings and parties and club gigs lined up when we're home from tour. I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely fucking love that. And maybe hire like 2 other DJs or something to like do my bidding, keep clients while I'm on the road or something like that. It's either that or I start a pressure washing business, and one is way more fun than the other, so I can't really decide. But yeah, I'm looking at controllers right now and shit like that. I'm DJing February 4th in Helsinki.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought I mentioned this on the podcast.
If you did, I forgot because I'm a piece of shit.
You are a piece of shit. No, you're like the best friend I have in my life. I think like the most reliable, like easiest, most chill friend I have. I can't believe you stick around me since I'm such a dickhead.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, February 4th, Helsinki, after our show with Tesseract, me, Ackle from Tesseract, and one other guy from Unprocessed are going to go DJ at the club downstairs from the venue.
Hell yeah.
Each of us is going for an hour, I think, which is too long. And they were like, usually we have like a playlist set up for people who do this, but there are real decks there if you want to just like play around with them. And I was like, oh, no. You don't understand. I've been preparing my whole life for this. So I'm pretty excited. February 4th in Helsinki. Yeah. If you want to see me DJ.
If
maybe I'll drop in
podcast and you're in Helsinki, go do that.
There's at least one of you.
There's at least one of you.
That's creator of a video game is coming to see us at that one.
Which game?
Ultra Kill.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Jack loves that game.
So does Dan, and Dan and the creator have like a correspondence, and I think he might like our band or something like that.
Hell yeah! I mean, that's the kind of game where, like, you play it and you're like, oh yeah, I could definitely see this person listening to mathcore.
Sure, yeah. I mean, like I think the main theme of that game is called the Cyber Grind.
It is.
So that's sick. Yeah, it's. Yeah, Dan plays that shit all the time.
Hell yeah.
Have I told you that I don't really like video game music? And I have like Amber and Dan get so upset with me for it.
I mean, to what like capacity do you not really like video game music?
I guess the variety of, and like I'm gonna sound like a pompous asshole no matter how I put this, so I'm just gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. The variety of electronic music that I listen to is not meant to be background, and you're not really like, at least for me, my listening experience with electronic music is like, I'm usually pretty tuned into like what's happening production wise. Mm-hmm. And it's less a like, oh, I'm putting this on in the background thing. There is music that I put on in the background, but usually like if I need to do something, I'm listening to podcasts in the background. Mm-hmm. Whereas like video game music to me is music written exclusively for background stuff. And I think that the idea of like someone putting a lot of time into that is very like to me.
So what do you think about film scores?
Film scores are completely different. They're meant to accompany what's going on. And they're meant to heighten the emotions of everything that's going on. And that's definitely happened in video games for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about just like straight up like menu screen, like not action scene type things. Cause I consider that to be a little more cinematic. Mm-hmm. Like that Cyber Grind track from Ultra Kill slaps. That shit's awesome. But like just the like fucking walking around music from Animal Crossing, like no, not into that. Yeah, Dan and Amber relentlessly tell me I'm stupid for this opinion, but
I mean, I see where you're coming from. I have the Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack on my chart of all-time favorite albums.
But that's got like City Escape on it and shit. That has real songs on it.
Like so, but also there like. I can't say I go out of my way to listen to a lot of game soundtracks or movie scores, for that matter. I do know that like, I don't know. I guess it kind of fills the same need as like ambient music in a lot of respects. Mm-hmm. Which there are some ambient like there's some ambient music that I'm a big fan of. I'm not like well versed in ambient at all, Like, I haven't listened to Tim Hecker, which is like the
Oh man, I love Tim Hecker.
Yeah.
See, that's like, even though that's ambient, like that's still music I very attentively listen to because I'm trying to see how it was made, I guess. And I guess like this is also going to come off as very pompous. I guess I hear music differently than like a casual listener of ambient music would. Oh man, the wry smile you just gave me makes me feel like such a dick.
That's just a very funny thing to say. Like,
how do you
context.
mean? Oh yeah, like you have to have a pretty high IQ to.
You have to have a very high IQ to listen to Rick and Morty music.
All right, well.
I sort of see what you're saying though.
Like I'm trying to figure out like how I would go make what I'm hearing, I guess, and less so thinking about how cool it would be to platform to this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't really agree with you, but
I had a feeling you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's not a great opinion. I don't know. Music that's meant to be background music is like I think that's the problem that I have with it. If it's meant to be background music and it's not meant to add anything, then I have a bit of a problem with it.
It depends on what your definition of like what is and isn't background music. Then.
Sure.
Because
Shovel Knight soundtrack.
I haven't listened to it, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But the because there's a lot of game soundtracks where there are like songs composed specifically for certain areas and moments that I feel greatly enhance those areas and moments. Like, for instance, the fucking my first thought was the Chow Garden theme.
I don't even know what that is.
From Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay, gotcha.
But there's a lot of say like fucking, I don't know, Elden Ring boss music or like Dark Souls boss music.
Sure.
Like,
wouldn't consider that to be background. Would consider that to be more cinematic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mean like going through the overworld or whatever?
Sure.
Like that kind of stuff.
I guess I don't have the language to voice it. You know what else we should bring up?
What?
I don't really play video games. So like that's the other thing is like if I don't know, it's when Dan is putting on like the music from like just like the Blighttown, like general Blighttown music. I'm like, why are we fucking listening to this, man? Like,
I don't know why you would ever want to be reminded of Blighttown in any regard.
Dan would like to be for sure.
That area fucking sucks.
It does blow ass, yeah. I also think it might be like some form of autism I have where I can just like, if I'm walking through Blighttown in Dark Souls, which I have played all the Dark Souls games. It's just like most video games I don't play.
Yeah.
I haven't played fucking 80s. I haven't played Celeste. I haven't played any of that shit that people love the soundtrack of. When I'm walking through Blighttown and like there's definite like music, like under like overworld music or whatever, I can tune that out so easily and just not even realize it's there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not like a particular action pertaining to it. It's
right.
you
Yeah.
traveling
Exactly.
throughout this area.
I guess so. Man, I'm an asshole. I'm
It's
sorry,
fine.
everybody. I'm sorry, everybody.
I could kind of see that. I guess it like, because I think those soundtracks, like those songs, are like very important. I guess for adding to the mood or the atmosphere, especially for Dark Souls games, because those are such atmospheric games.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to remove that background music and ambiance from those areas, that it would not feel as enveloping of a game.
Would you consider Dark Souls to be a vibes game?
I think it's too stressful to be a vibes game, because if you're like, I mean, sure, if you're going through fucking, like if you're just sitting there in Firelink Shrine, then yeah, absolutely. But I mean, if you're fighting a boss,
But who's doing that?
I mean, a lot of people.
It's true.
You hear that? If you are you listening to that Firelink Shrine music? That shit is crazy.
I'm not, as evidenced by
Because you tune it out.
because I can tune that shit out. Ghost of Tsushima, total vibes game.
My brothers played that.
So good. So good. It's like Dark Souls for babies. It's pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
The last area kind of looks like shit, which is annoying, but I'm sure there's a PS5 version that's out that looks better. It seems like the last 20 minutes of gameplay in that game was rushed a little hard, but it's all good. Anyway, you want to talk about something that I wish I could tune out?
Okay. The song, well, I'm assuming that's what you mean.
Yeah.
We are talking about another song from American Beauty, American Psycho, and it's called 4th of July. And here's a snippet of it.
It's over. Oh, I hate this song.
This song is one of the songs of all time.
Yeah.
It's definitely something.
And we're also talking about 4th of July OG Maco remix. Here's a snippet of it.
And it's over.
And it's over. Look at that. Just like that.
And it's over.
And I'm going to make this remix disappear.
I'm going to make this remix disappear. I don't know why they made this song. I'm not going to lie to you. It's also a very frustrating song because there are lyrics that I like in this as well, just like with Jetpack Blues.
Same.
But it just is such a nondescript sounding song. I can't get over that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be why this album's my least favorite, is there's so many missed opportunities to be great, both lyrically and instrumentally. The first thing I want to bring up is the first thing that comes to mind every time I think about this song is because this was the first Fall Out Boy album that Maddie and I were friends for, rollout that we were good close friends for. Remember when this song first came on, we were doing a full album listen through, right? Together. And she was like, some of the lyrics in this song are pretty good, but have you noticed that the chorus is just, it was the 4th of July, you and I were fireworks? And I was like, oh damn, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no artistic I don't know. There's a lot I don't like about this song.
Where to even begin?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we start at the fact that it begins with a chorus, which this is one of the many songs on this record that does that, and we've only ever covered one other song from this record, and
it also does that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Does it not?
Jetpack Blues?
Yeah.
No, Jetpack Blues does not do that.
I feel like it does. Oh, the Crit version does.
The Crit version does, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I'm stupid. That starts with Crit verse.
That's right, yeah. So I was wrong as well. I was just going along with whatever you said.
Influence.
Yeah, look at you. Yeah, so this begins with, it was the 4th of July, that chorus. We're not getting into lyrics just yet, but
well, actually, it starts with an intro.
Yeah, but it's the same lyrics as the chorus.
Same, and it's just, you and I were fire.
You and I were fire, dude.
Damn, you and I were fire, dude. What the fuck? Sorry, I just got overtaken by a white guy with an undercut.
Yeah. We'll get into lyrics in a second, but instrumentally, this thing is so grating, dude.
Yeah.
I really don't like this.
It feels very empty.
It feels empty, and also again, all of the noises that are in the song are firing off at the same volume, and it just, oh, boy, is this shit fatiguing. This shit is tiring.
Definitely. It's
yeah.
It sounds like a Maroon 5 song. That it's kind of funny that this song has a whole other remix to add in OG Maco's verse, because I think OG Maco could have just rapped on this song like unchanged, because this like gives me the same vibes as like Don't Want to Know or fucking goddamn any of the other million Maroon 5 songs they've done that have a rap
What is
remix.
Don't Want to Know?
Maroon 5 song with Kendrick Lamar on it. It's terrible.
I don't even know that one. I don't even know how that goes.
If you hear it, you'll probably like have
Kill
a
myself.
flashback. Yeah.
Awesome.
You'll probably kill yourself if you hear it.
Yeah.
But it's like instrumentally, this thing is like it's so corporate, like mid 2010s pop, where like it sounds like the kind of song where they sent it to the label and the label was like, you know what'd be really good on this is if we got a hip and happening rapper to get on this track.
A hip and happening one.
A hip and happening rapper, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like some fucking 70-year-old white guys being like, rap is what's selling right now.
Yeah.
Let's put them on this song.
Yeah.
It sounds like that instrumental, and then the rap verse never comes.
Right, yeah.
It's so strange.
It's
and like, not
pretty
even
weird.
that I particularly like most of those songs that I'm talking about. Like, I don't like Payphone. I don't like Don't Want to Know.
Sure.
I don't like
Radioactive Feet, Kendrick Lamar.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Fucking
Enemy
Maroon 5
with
as a
JID.
song. I don't like that one either. Like, because the vibes of the rapper and the band never match. So,
My favorite part of Payphone is Wiz Khalifa presumably hearing the entire song and just going, hey man, fuck that shit.
starting off his whole verse like that.
I love it so much.
Awesome.
He's like, you know what? Actually, this sucks.
You know what? Actually, I don't like this song, but I'm getting paid a fuck ton of money to be on it. So
Is there one with Young Thug?
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like Young Thug has done a pop feature before.
Yeah, I mean, if this were Mania, there would be a rap song. There would be a rap feature on this, for sure.
I'm surprised
100%.
that this album in general doesn't have rap features.
Doesn't have any, does it? Doesn't have any
No,
features,
no
yeah.
features, I don't
Featureless album.
No features. It's just
Yeah.
all Fall Out Boy.
Pure uncut rock.
100% uncut cock.
95.5.
95.5, 100% uncut cock. No Swedish songwriters, no rap features. We are very
auto-tune.
racist.
Yeah. No auto-tune, but we used Melodyne.
No auto-tune. We cut out all of the rap verses and just leave the instrumental because,
You can see my dick print through my chinos.
yeah. God, I hate the radio.
Yeah, the radio sucks, man.
But yeah, this
What were we fucking talking about?
I have no idea.
The rap verse that never comes, yeah.
Rap verse that never comes. This instrumental feels primed for one, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Which is a very awkward feeling.
They've, like, it's been a minute since they've played this one full band, and I don't think I've ever seen them do it. If I did, I don't remember it, but like,
I don't know how they would do it full band.
yeah, I don't know how they would do it full band either.
It doesn't sound like a band song.
No. It's very much in that space of like, in a perfect world, this is a 5 Seconds of Summer song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if this was a 5 Seconds of Summer song, I'd be like, well, this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
The problem is that it's a Fall Out Boy song.
Even then, like, if it was a 5 Seconds of Summer song, like,
Oh, I ain't listening to that shit.
I'm not
that's for
listening
sure,
to it.
But, you know, 5 Seconds of Summer has a couple tracks.
they have a couple good songs.
Young blood, 'cause I want it, I need it, I need love.
Yeah.
That song's sick, dude.
I like that song.
That song is dope.
for some reason. I feel like if
that
it was a
song's
Fall
really
Out Boy
good.
song, we would hate it.
Oh, I would. Well, I don't know if Youngblood was a Fall Out Boy song. Oh man, somebody's created that as a YouTube video. What if Youngblood by 5 Seconds of Summer was written by Fall Out Boy?
What if Youngblood was a pop punk song? Shut up. God, have we talked about the Live from the Vault tracks from 5 Seconds of Summer on this show before?
No.
Dude.
I dated a girl for like a long time who was like a diehard 5 Seconds of Summer fan, and I theoretically should know what that is, but I don't.
Well,
So what the hell are you talking about?
So the Live from the Vault tracks, they released 2 songs that were
Mm-hmm.
alternate versions of songs that they put on their album Calm. And
Is Calm the newest one?
it's the one right before the newest one.
What's the newest one?
5 Sauce 5.
That's what they called it?
That's what they called it. I have not listened
I'm
to
going to
it.
kill this motherfucker, Ashton, man. No, 5 Sauce 5 isn't a bad. But okay,
It's
so
a palindrome.
Youngblood is their 3rd record then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Calm is their 4th.
Yeah.
And I was very disappointed in Calm because,
I remember it being bad, yeah.
but they have alternate versions of Easier and Teeth,
Okay.
which were also 2 of the singles off of that album.
Okay.
And they are great.
Really?
They are
Damn.
so good.
Okay.
And they're live band versions because Easier is like the
I think
album,
I know Easier.
The album version is fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
It's like so empty and dry, and like it sounds like a Charlie Puth song from hell.
Ooh.
And then, which, in concept, that sounds like a fun time,
Yeah.
but in execution, it absolutely isn't. Teeth is a little better on the record than Easier, but both of them are outclassed by the Live from the Vault version.
I'm trying to remember what Teeth sounds like.
It has a cool bass line. It's
Okay. Sounding more familiar. Yeah.
and it's like a very anxious sounding song.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, another thing that both of the live versions do, they bring down the key of the song by like a half step,
Really?
and it works so much better.
Interesting.
Like Teeth especially, it like I'll need to show them to you after we're done recording, but like damn man, I love those tracks. And then I was like, oh, maybe this is a new direction they're going in. It fucking isn't.
That's so funny.
Like they only played those, as far as I know, at least
Yeah.
for Teeth. Like they played that version of Teeth on Jimmy Kimmel or something, rather than the album version. And like I feel like that's an indication that they like playing that version more.
Yeah.
But maybe their label.
But you're not
sucks.
paying 5 Sauce live money. You're not
No.
to go see Live Sauce.
No, I'm not.
Have they used that pun yet? Live Sauce?
Probably. Damn. I could ask Whitney. She would.
I gotta do marketing for 5 Seconds of Summer. Reach out to me, Michael Clifford.
But anyway, back to the Fall Out Boy song. This, I feel like if this was on a 5 Seconds of Summer album, I still wouldn't like it very much.
I mean, I don't like when 5 Seconds of Summer does this variety of song. I like when they do Youngblood.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really tight when they're writing pop bangers, and I think they're really not tight when they're trying to be Fall Out Boy. So I also agree with you, but I do think it'd be a better song.
Yeah.
Patrick over sings on this a lot, and I
Yeah.
have I don't think I really had that criticism of him until I saw them do Last of the Real Ones live, and I was like, oh brother, like that is a hard song to sing. Like, why are you doing that to yourself? Not that he did it poorly at all, but like it was just like really high up there, and I was like, why are you doing this to your voice? And also, you're so high up that no one can sing along with you. Like, what are you doing? So like this is a very, very, hearing this for the first time in a long time, I was like, oh shit, that's what Dawson's talking about with the over singing shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Like that's my biggest problem with this chorus is like it's also just a really weak chorus, but
Yep.
Patrick is not helping because it is sandpaper to my ears
Oh yeah.
to listen to this chorus.
Yes.
It is deeply obnoxious. And it's like, I don't know why he did that. Because I don't think this instrumental warrants that level of singing at all.
No. And honestly, if this was like two steps down,
Might
probably
be
less
good.
annoying.
Yeah.
Probably less annoying. But
Yeah.
then they're in like drop C territory, which I know they don't want to be in.
But hey,
Who gives a shit?
it would be better probably.
Put a capo on that shit. You
It'd
know what I'm
be
saying?
easier to listen to at least.
Yeah, definitely. You want to move on to lyrics?
Yeah.
The first thing I want to bring up lyrically is I do not like the way that the words June gloom hits my ears.
No, not at all.
And I don't know why that is. It's just something like purely psychological. Like you got to knock it off with June gloom.
Psychological terrorism.
Yeah.
Putting June and gloom right next to each other.
Yeah, the chorus is, it was the 4th of July. So we know when it was.
Holy shit.
You and I were fireworks. Fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
You're misrepresenting the lyrics, guys.
Yeah, I'm terrible. So we know what they were. That went off too soon. So now we know the problem with them. And I miss you in the June gloom too. And then this chorus has one of my least favorite lyrical tropes of all time, which is, may the bridges I have burned light my way back home. No, you gotta knock it off with that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
this chorus sucks. In like all regards. It's like
I hate
impressive.
it. I really don't like.
But
I really don't like it.
Really unfortunate because like there's a couple lyrics like I mentioned.
There's
before.
a couple bars.
There's a couple bars here. Fucking goddamn the bridge. I actually kind of like the bridge. I wish I'd known how much you loved me. I wish I cared enough to know. I'm sorry every song's about you. The torture of small talk with someone you used to love.
Crazy.
That last
nuts.
line especially, like, damn, man. like that's some sad fucking shit. And like I heard that and I was like, that's in this song? What's that doing here? It like
This is a look how not back we are song for sure.
We will never be back again.
We will never be back again. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really love that my 9 to 5 is cutting open old scars again and again till I'm stuck in your head. It's a very Tumblr lyric, but I rock with it.
Yeah.
I rock with it quite a bit.
Pete, you're not working a 9 to 5, but I forgive you.
I mean, I think he's saying that writing lyrics is his 9 to 5, cutting open old scars.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he was talking about like McDonald's or something. Now that makes more sense.
I thought he was talking about tech support.
I thought he was talking about working at the goddamn Starbucks.
I thought he was talking about making toll-free calls. My fault. My fault. Yeah, let's hop onto the bridge that you mentioned. I wish I'd known how much you loved me. I wish I cared enough to know. Good God, somebody wrote a paragraph on this. A lot of people are days, weeks, months, and years too late when it comes to really expressing how they feel about someone. In retrospect, Pete considers how different things could be had he given more attention to his former love and their past relationship. He was oblivious to how this person felt towards him and seems to admit that at the time he hadn't cared enough to know. While they were in love, it would have mattered to hear all the ways that this person cared about him and how much they meant to them. The relationship is over and they have moved on, but he can't help but think about how things may be different had he realized how much the other person truly loved him. I don't think we needed that much. I get it.
No, but it's not wrong. Definitely.
No funny comments, unfortunately, but user SGBFCS said, interestingly, this seems to be an answer of sorts to Jetpack Blues' question, did you ever love her? Do you know? Which, I mean,
I could see that.
I don't think it's a direct reference, but
this song is like, there's only one song between this one and Jetpack Blues.
Interesting. And which song is that?
Novocaine.
You hate that song, don't you?
I don't remember how it goes, except when I was listening to Jetpack Blues for that episode, the beginning of Novocaine would play after I was done listening to that. And I was like, damn, this is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, Moves Like Jagger ass song.
Yeah, exactly.
Moves Like Jagger ruined pop music for like a good 5 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Maroon 5.
Fuck you. Yeah, so then the next lyric, I'm sorry every song's about you, the torture of small talk with someone you used to love. This implies that he is still on good terms with the subject of the song. He misses being able to talk deeply with them and ultimately just being with them. I'm sorry every song is about you implies that he uses them as inspiration for songs. He cannot stop thinking about them, so he writes about it.
Why does this song have better, more thought out annotations than the annotations for like Foley?
I really don't know.
Because like that's just a good annotation.
Yeah. There's a couple comments from 8 years ago, 6 years ago, and 6 years ago. This whole song is clearly about Mikey fucking Way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, ... It's about Mikey Way. And then M space I space K space E space Y.
Listen.
Why don't you guys quit being fucking weird?
Stop shipping real people.
Stop shipping real people with feelings and thoughts and kids. Pre-chorus is like vaguely interesting to me. Oh wait, let's do that My 9 to 5 one real quick.
Oh yeah.
My 9 to 5 is cutting open old scars again and again till I'm stuck in your head. As a songwriter, Pete's day job is to write lyrics that often draw from personal experience, revisiting memories and mistakes, metaphorically reopening old wounds to write words that are then turned into catchy melodies that get stuck in your head. This section may be connected to a line from Favorite Record. I don't know why it's a picture of,
it's a picture of cursive writing that says, "You were the song stuck in my head, every song that I've ever loved." Which, pretty good line for a shit-ass goddamn song.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to Favorite Record yet. I don't even know what that song sounds like. I couldn't tell you. The pre-chorus is vaguely interesting to me. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any of it. I just got too lonely. Whoa. In between being young and being right, you were my Versailles at night. Versailles at night? Who cares?
I think it's Versailles.
Fuck. Somebody really cares. I don't know why I said who cares. There's somebody who's going to yell at me. The narrator takes a step back from the emotions surrounding his ex and realizes that he doesn't really want them back. He longs to find love again as he is tired of being alone, but is aware of the fact that he misses being in love more than he misses his ex-lover. This longing for romance leads him to continue to think about how things could have gone if they had stayed together. The idea of loneliness leading to a relationship to fill the void is referenced in another song from the album Jetpack Blues. Did you ever love her? Do you know? Or did you never want to be alone? Just feels like maybe that he was thinking about these things a lot and wrote them into multiple songs.
Which, happens.
Yeah, of course. We know how that goes. In between being young and being right, which I actually think is a very, very good lyric.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that sort of bait and switch of.
The more we dig into these lyrics, the more I hate this song.
Because the lyrics are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from the chorus, these are actually pretty good.
Yeah. The song's unfortunately very relatable too. It is hard to read, honestly, but it's a shame that I don't really like the context that they're in. In between being young and being right, you were my Versailles at night. The Palace of Versailles hosts nightly fountain light shows which conclude with fireworks. This person was as beautiful to them as Versailles at night, perhaps what metaphorically brightened their darkness. Like the stereotype of foolish young love, they flared and fizzled too early like fireworks, despite wanting to believe that it might work out.
Another just good annotation.
Another very good annotation. I agree, big time. There's a user, March to the Sea, from 8 years ago, who says, I always thought it had something to do with Marie Antoinette because in between being young and being right, but I don't really know how to explain. Does anyone have a similar idea? I'm giving you a little thumbs up, March to the Sea.
That's so awesome.
You're awesome. You are dope. I think it has something to do with this, but I don't really quite know how. You are awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very good annotations. I like the lyrics quite a bit on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the lyrics a lot, more than I like the song.
And I don't think we touched on verse 1, but the line, I'll be as honest as you'll let me. I miss your early morning company if you get me. also pretty good.
Morning delight, you know what I'm saying? little early morning delight.
But like, I'll be as honest as you let me kind of like implies that this line is not even everything that he wants to tell this person. Like, it's God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you, fucking Fall Out Boy? Why did you write lyrics that were like honestly pretty compelling and put them on this fucking song?
Yeah. I will say that "If You Get Me" part I don't love, because like this is around the time where Pete Wentz wants to be a rapper so
wink
bad.
wink nudge nudge if you get me.
Yeah.
I'm getting more pissed off.
Does it make you like the song a little bit more? Because
no, not at all.
Yeah, it's
the opposite.
Yeah,
because I hate listening to it. Like the act of listening to it is so unpleasant.
It does bother me quite a bit. Yeah,
the fact that there is like actual substance in here just makes it worse.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Well, you want to rate it real quick? Because I don't have too much to say about it. The Reddit loves it.
Mm-hmm. No surprises there.
No surprises there. They really, really love this song.
And you're all valid, of course.
You're all valid, of course. I just disagree with you. But here's the thing: is like I understand this one like way more than I've understood any of the other shitty songs we've done.
Yeah,
them loving any of the other shitty songs that we've done.
If you can get past the instrumental, like if you like listening to it, I could very easily see somebody liking this song.
Yeah, of course. There's no real like uproar in the thing. Like there's when 4th of July happens on the Reddit, everyone posts this song, which, you know, I guess that's cool. I wonder if it gets like a big Spotify streaming bump on this day.
Probably. I'd imagine it's the same as that that one Jeff Rosenstock song. I think is it
9/11?
No, June 21st. I think.
Okay.
Is what it's called. I'm gonna feel. Yep, June 21st. I was right. Every June 21st, I see just a shit ton of people posting that song.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a good song.
I'll listen to that song.
Shout out Jeff Rosenstock. You should listen to that whole album it's from.
Okay.
Worry.
But, maybe I will. Maybe I fucking will.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I won't.
But this song, rating 4th of July, I was originally going to give it like a 5, but I'm feeling a 3 now.
Okay. I think it made the song a little bit better for me, so I'm going to give it a 4. Just like reading them out loud and not having to hear the song made it a little better for me. So I think this can exist in my mind as like a song with good lyrics.
If this was a poem, it would be pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's not, so.
If it was one of those tracks where Pete's just like yelling words that he wrote.
Yeah, right.
Pretty funny. Yeah, let's hop into the OG Maco remix.
This is the OG Maco remix talk time. And off the bat, OG Maco is not a rapper I am typically impressed by. For one, for those who don't know, he is the rapper who made that Vine song, the one that goes, "Bitch, you guessed it."
Bitch, you guessed it.
The one that goes like that. the one that goes,
I wasn't expecting that at all. Holy shit. Motherfucker, man. All right. Okay. Oh boy.
If you know any song by OG Maco, it is most likely that one. I can't imagine.
And then if you know any other song besides that, hello, OG Maco's extended family. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, The streaming numbers on his top 5 are rough. You guessed it, has 31 million streams, and then
I wasn't expecting it to be that little. Honestly,
exactly.
I was expecting it to be a lot higher than that.
But then the number 2, the second highest streamed song on his top 5 is another version of You Guessed It with 9 million streams.
Okay.
It's not the number 2. The number 2 is called Check on Me with 3 million streams.
Is there anything that hasn't hit 1 million in his top 5?
Yeah, there's a song called For Real with 400,000 streams.
Oof, those are Cowboys numbers. That stinks.
Yeah, he's not doing great.
I'm sorry, buddy.
At least compared to like how big he was in like 2014.
Yeah.
With You Guessed It popping off.
Yeah. Would you call him a one-hit wonder?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know who I'm surprised isn't on Make America Psycho again?
Who?
Fuck, what's his name?
What song?
Sage the Gemini.
Oh, what song did he do?
Gas Pedal.
Oh,
yeah. Which I think is a great song. I think that song slams. But also, I think that could be DJ Brain because I was DJing with that song a lot.
I feel like you need to listen to that song again.
I know most of the lyrics, I think.
I still feel like you need to listen to it again.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Gas Pedal's good?
No.
Do you remember that song and Headband by B.O.B. occupy like the same space to me? Do you think Headband's better?
I'm not familiar with Headband, at least not by name.
I think it might sample the Seven Dwarfs Working song.
What the fuck?
Unless I'm wrong. Yeah. Today I listened to Bad by Yin Yang Twins, and there's like straight up a synth in there that sounds like the lead sound in the Caillou theme. So I was like, this Caillou ass beat.
Caillou ass beat. Oh man.
I love Yin Yang Twins. Holler at me, please.
Shout out the Yin Yang Twins.
Shout out Yin Yang Twins for real.
But anyway, back to
United
business.
State of Atlanta.
The 4th of July remix. This.
I liked it more, but I think I liked it because it was so stupid.
I don't like this at all.
Damn.
The instrumental is too similar to the original. Like there's a sub bass in there. Oh, I forgot to mention on the original, the second verse is too quiet.
Yep. I don't know what's up with that.
Patrick's vocals are a lot quieter than the rest of the vocals.
It feels like they did that so that the chorus would be louder, but then they forgot to do it in the first verse. Or it's intentional because it begins with a chorus and they didn't want the drop in energy. But then when it's just the second verse...
Feels weird.
Feels fucking weird as shit, yeah.
Which is funny because the only verse in this song, like in the remix, like the only thing that's not the chorus in the remix is the second verse, and it is the appropriate volume.
Yeah. So if you want to hear the second verse
funny.
at the appropriate volume, you should listen to the OG Maco version.
But the instrumental is like it. I know they're different. Like there's a lot more. Like the hi-hats are more frequent. There's a sub bass in there that I can barely hear anyway. At least my car couldn't play the lowness of it. But even then, it doesn't persist. Like it goes and then stops for an awkward amount of time and then goes again. It's like. Not a good sub bass at all, which is a common theme with OG Maco's work. But
you just want to put this guy down.
I don't like OG Maco. I won't lie to you. But I don't know. The instrumentals to these two songs just feel the same, which would be one thing if it was the same, but they're clearly trying to differentiate it. So it just like makes it worse, kind of.
Do you have a worst lyric from OG Maco's verse? Because I have one, and
what's yours?
Let go of my white women, and I still got lynched.
What the fuck?
It's such a crazy thing to say.
Jesus Christ. Why are you bringing up lynching on a Fall Out Boy remix?
It's so funny. I mean, it's not. Lynching is not funny at all, but holy shit, man.
Holy shit, dude. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That is because I like.
He really thought he did something with that.
I didn't-
He thought that shit was hard.
I didn't catch that when I was listening. I just heard white women, and I was like, "That's funny," and then didn't catch that lynched was a mere 4 words later.
And then the missed opportunity to do a Kings of Leon punchline is there too. The sex was on fire. Shit, we look still singed. Yeah, it's it's very funny.
On fire, we still look singed.
Yeah, I mean, like this appeals to me in like the same way that like The Box by Roddy Ricch appeals to me, where I'm like this rocks, but it also sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like The Box.
The Box is a great song.
I don't like this song.
I'm not thinking of The Box. I'm thinking of Ballin'.
Oh,
I put the new 4Gs on the Jeep.
well, Ballin' also just goes hard.
Ballin' goes stupid hard, but it's like the chorus is like the same as the whole rest of the song.
I can't understand what he's saying in the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it appeals to me on a very like silly and stupid level. I like silly rap sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like this this song like betrays the silliness of the verse because it's the instrumental has the same problem as the album song.
Yeah.
Where it's nothing. It feels paper thin. And like there's nothing bombastic about the instrumental at all.
They say I'm fantastic, yeah.
Exactly. So him saying the sex was on fire, we still look singed, just doesn't really fit here.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well as I think he wants it to work.
If it was like,
you said you had a lot to say about OG Maco.
yeah. So I listened to this song and I figured because like I'm already very familiar with Crit's work, so when we did the Crit episode, I was able to comment more effectively on his contribution. So I was like, okay, what if I got a little more familiar with OG Maco's work? And I didn't have a terrible amount of time to listen to all of his stuff. So like, I didn't listen to a full length.
Since we spun for this song 3 days ago. Yeah.
So I did my best though. I listened to some of his most popular tracks on Apple Music and a couple other tracks, and he is like just not that compelling of a rapper in
not
general.
at all. No.
And like you would, but not for the same reason that he's not compelling on here, because most of his stuff he's like yelling, and he does not yell once on this remix, which is like that's a whole nother level where like the mismatch is even more obvious, because especially around this time in 2015, I don't know why you would hire OG Maco to do a verse where he's not yelling, because even though I don't like Bitch You Guessed It or any other shit I've heard from I don't like that song, but the appeal of it is that he's fucking yelling and screaming, and like it's hype.
Aggressive.
It's
and
hype
shit.
in quotations.
Yep.
The beat on that song is trash anyway. It also just has a shitty sub bass where I feel most of the hype comes from. But so I listened to that and I was like, damn, this sucks. And I noticed there was an extended version with another verse by God, what was his fucking name? I think Key.
I like Key.
Yeah, and Key fucking washed him.
Oh, of course.
Like Key took him to the goddamn cleaners.
Good.
Like he like had such a better idea of what to do with the beat of that song, and like his flow was a lot more dynamic and felt like it fit the song more and almost made the beat better. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder if that's going to be a trend. So the next one I listened to was Fuck 'Em x3 featuring Migos. And this was 2014 Migos.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, they should at least put in pretty good work. And they did.
Washed him?
Absolutely. Just
Nice.
killed him.
Nice.
Like, it was another thing where, like, the beat just wasn't very good and Mako wasn't doing a lot to, like, emphasize it or anything. It just sounded like he was on a completely different song. And then Migos comes in and like their flows just completely change the context of the beat. And I was like, holy shit, this song is actually good now.
That's awesome.
And I heard one verse that I didn't like hate from Maco. There's a song Dr. Pepper by Diplo, featuring CL Riff Raff and OG Maco.
Ooh.
And
good lineup.
Honestly, yeah. And like the song itself goes on a little too long. Chorus gets played too much. And Maco's verse isn't terrible. He at least rises to the occasion. But I was like, okay. He's very clearly, at least at this point in his career, going off of like the loud SoundCloud hype rappers, like early Denzel Curry and stuff like that. So I was like, does that early Denzel Curry still hold up? So I listened to Ultimate by Denzel Curry.
Amazing song. Yeah.
Still holds up.
What a track.
Like, you listen to that right after listening to You Guessed It, which You Guessed It did come out before Ultimate, but it's the same vein of like dudes yelling over like a relatively simplistic beat. But Ultimate is just so much more dynamic with like how it attacks that. So I was like, okay, it's not the style, it's Maco. And so I was like, okay, I wonder, because he put out an album this year.
No way.
Yeah. It came out August 11th. And I didn't notice this until just now, but the genre tag on Apple Music is house. Which I was like, that's a little weird.
Go on.
He does not seem like the kind of guy to make a house album. And I played the first track. The first two tracks, by the way, are the same song. The first one is Don't Let It Go Remastered, and the second one is Don't Let It Go, which really funny sequencing decision. But I played it, and I was like, I was in my car.
It's like how White Pony begins with a bonus track.
Yeah, except not as good. I pressed play on this song, not seeing the house tag on the album.
Awesome.
Genuinely screamed, what the fuck, to myself in the car. It is terrible.
Then you know what I think we should do?
Don't play it right now.
No.
But
that's not what I'm saying at all.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it should be added to one of our Made You Listen wheels.
Oh my god. Carson.
I'm evil, baby.
If you're going to add it to your wheel, be my guest. But
then you have to listen to it.
Then you also have to listen to it.
Not as much as you. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
But this album is a collaboration between Jake P. Notch and OG Maco. But Jake is not featured on the cover anywhere.
Who is Jake P. Notch?
Don't know.
All right.
Don't care.
Well.
And I guess the album doesn't care either, because the album cover, the album is called OG Maco, by the way.
No way.
And it's a self-titled record.
Fun.
The only two pieces of text on this album are OG Maco and OG Maco in smaller text.
That's awesome.
Jake is nowhere to be found.
He might rock for that. I won't lie. Can I get a live reaction? Like, can you make me live react to it right now? Since you just play a little bit of it,
okay,
and just get a live reaction out of me.
Now, keep in mind, context for this.
Dawson has a very big phone.
You guessed it.
Okay, yeah.
Like, keep that in mind as the last.
I thought you wanted to visualize the audience.
No.
Your phone is big.
I'm playing this off of my phone.
Like a girl's phone.
My phone is big.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
But here's the first track, Don't Let It Go Remastered.
Okay.
We might cut this, but...
Hold it up to your mic. This sounds like worship music.
Yeah, it does. The whole song is like this. It's
what the fuck? Oh, I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
It's so bad. It's
whoa.
Genuinely like 2013 EDM type shit. It sucks. And you'll notice
wow.
He's singing on that. And
that sounds like iMovie music.
Yeah. And it's funny that he's singing on that because he sings on the remix of this Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah.
And he sounds terrible. He is not a good singer in 2015. I don't think he is one in 2023 either because his vocals are very clearly extremely touched up.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Really? I think he just sounds like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay.
You're probably right then.
Oh, all right.
I'll go fuck myself, honestly.
Well, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life, I think.
Yeah, you see why I screamed in desperate confusion in my car alone.
Holy shit, man.
All I was hearing was like these aggressive fucking rap songs with simplistic beats, and then I pressed play on that.
On his new self-titled album.
It sounds like a fucking Avicii ripoff.
Yeah, all right, well...
I don't like this remix, and I don't like OG Maco. I don't think he does good on this song. He sings more than he raps, and he doesn't yell at all, which is the appeal of OG Maco in 2015. It is a terrible mismatch, and
it's pretty bad.
Most of the contribution of the original song is found in the barely touched instrumental and the terrible chorus. I think this is way worse than the original.
I think it's funny at the very least, and I also don't have to hear
his verse is hilarious.
I don't
wish it was on
I don't have
song.
to hear the very grating Maroon 5-esque instrumental. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 5.
I'm gonna give this a 2.
Whoa.
I hate this thing.
All right. Well,
I am thankful that I have this extra context on OG Maco now.
Yeah, I mean that's the highlight of the episode for me personally.
That new album is so funny, and I previewed some of the other tracks.
I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it all day. Like that is the only thing I'm going to think about.
But yeah, we've rated both the tracks.
How about you roll out that carpet and let's spin this damn wheel?
Roll out this fucking carpet and we're going to spin this damn ass wheel. Thank you so much for listening. If you still are, if you're not, fuck you, die. Not really. But follow Carson and I's bands at the Callous Cowboys on Instagram, at Callous Cowboys on Twitter. Follow my band at Bummerhill on Instagram, at Bummerhill Emo on Twitter. Follow the podcast at The Dreaded Wheel on Twitter. Subscribe to our Patreon. Patreon.com/The Dreaded Wheel. We're going to get more frequent with the Patreon uploads on there as we've been recording.
We just put up an extra hour with Ian Riley. So
Ian Joshua Riley. And funny enough, the actual episode that's from is not up yet.
No, not yet.
So extra.
But we want to keep our Patreon subscribers.
Exactly.
So
those are going to become more frequent. We've been recording more just episodes of us chatting with guests, and then we're probably going to record the next Made You Listen before we both leave for our respective trips. Carson for tour, me for Chicago. And then it'll be all backlogs. So if any cataclysmic Fall Out Boy news happens within the next 5 weeks, we're not going to know. Or at least we're not going to be able to talk about it on the podcast till we get back.
Yeah.
But
we could emergency episode over Discord maybe.
Yeah, if it's
Did I tell you that I'm podcasting on the road, but I'm doing Protest the Heroes podcast twice? Yeah. So I guess you'll see me appear on that.
Yeah, let me know.
So maybe I'll talk about Fall Out Boy news on that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's everything. Let's spin this damn ass wheel.
Please.
And get out of here.
Why don't you hit the spin button for us?
See if I have any good
mojo.
Any good mojo.
Mojo.
See if we get a good song. Ooh.
10 years Kintsugi Kid. Okay. All right. I rock with this.
I'm fucking with it.
Is it Kintsugi Kid 10 years? Or is it 10 years Kintsugi Kid?
I think it's...
Because I just have it as 10 years on the wheel.
I think it's Kintsugi Kid, then 10 years.
Cool.
But regardless, that's the one we're doing next now.
Yeah. Lovejoy loves that song, and he might be on that episode. So.
Wow.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.